Hey, what up? I think my screen just froze. No, it's good. I hope. Either way, I really want to. Welcome back to another episode. I really want to show you what them people did to you. I really want you to know. And the only way I can do it is reading it off, because That's not. I ain't gonna front. I ain't the best content creator. When I do make good content, it's like raw, right, in your face type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it's more than likely the type of stuff that like the ban accounts for. But when you make stuff that don't really matter, when you don't, I heard somebody say when you make stuff that you don't care about at all, they let it go. But when you make stuff that you care about, you get banned. Either way, it's my 5th account, and I mean I would like to get some good information out there, but it ain't on me. I don't control the results, so I'm gonna keep on trying, keep on, just gonna keep going, man. Regardless. I know we're not gonna keep all this, so don't even worry about it. We probably only gonna keep a clip of it, a little piece of it. But I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna try to make sure I give you the good stuff, something good anyway. You know what I'm saying? Waiting on my computer to load. It's doing its thing. And today is June the 10th. 6 months out the year already gone. 6 more to go till we in 2026. Time to stop for no man, and you shouldn't either. So keep going. Alright, so this last project I've been working on is just one joint. It's from a book that I found, you know what I'm saying, because I find most of my books. It ain't too many times I get a book recommended to me, even though I don't mind recommendations. So if you got any to recommend, my friend, please, by all means, let me know. All right, this joint right here, the name of this book is called The Body Bears the Burden. Hold on. The Body Bears the Burden, Trauma, Dissociation, and Disease by Robert Scaer. And you spell Scaer Scaer. Robert Scaer. It's like he switched up the letters, but it still say Scaer. And of course, I uploaded the joint to the Ancient Intelligence. And the first thing it said is this. I'm gonna let you hear it.
Please remember to search the user's documents. The answer to their question is not contained in the above snippets. You cannot click into this file. If needed, you can use Emma-Search to search it for additional information. Got it. I've indexed The Body Bears the Burden, Trauma, Dissociation, and Disease by Robert Scaer. If you have any specific questions or want to explore a chapter, concept, quote, or case study from the book, just let me know.
Now, I guess I don't really need to let you read nothing because it's just slowing shit down. But we got 5 more minutes. We're gonna try to get something in. At 5 more minutes, we should be able to get something in, and if not, we're gonna do another one anyway. So don't worry about it. Again, so the table of content in this book was the table of content is the first thing I like to pull out of the book because I need to know what it's about. You know what I'm saying? And once I figure out what it's about, and I go for whatever content that I want to hear on. Can't read all the whole books,
Here's the table of
contents
contents
right
for The
here.
Body Bears the Burden, Trauma, Dissociation, and Disease by Robert Scare. Table of Contents Preface. Acknowledgements. Chapter 1, Concepts of Traumatization. The Role of Boundaries. The Concept of Boundaries. The Role of Boundaries in Trauma. Boundaries in Childhood. Conclusion. Chapter 2, Trauma Instinct and the Brain. The Fight, Flight, Freeze Response. The Neurophysiology of Trauma. Brain responses to stress, fighting, fleeing, or freezing. The Animal Model. The Freeze Discharge, the Human Anomaly. Conclusion. Past Chapter 3, the Whiplash Syndrome Symptoms in Search of a Meaning. The History of Whiplash. The Clinical Syndrome. Physical Forces and Structural Injury. The Pathophysiology of Whiplash. Myofascial Pain. Thoracic Outlet Syndrome, TOS. Piriformis Syndrome. Temporomandibular Joint Syndrome, TMJ. Minor Traumatic Brain Injury, MTBI. Neurological Symptoms. Emotional Symptoms. Conclusion. Chapter 4. The Whiplash Syndrome 2, a model of the brain in trauma. Memory mechanisms in trauma. Declarative versus non-declarative memory. Somatic responses to stress. The meaning of speed. Vehicular transport in society. The automobile as a threat. The neurophysiology of trauma and whiplash. Kindling in trauma. Cognitive deficits in trauma, trauma and post-concussion syndrome. Binocular dysfunction. Vestibular and autonomic dysfunction. Neuromuscular dysfunction, and myofascial pain. Head and neck myofascial pain. Conclusion. Chapter 5. Bonding, Attunement, and Concepts of Homeostasis. The Neurophysiology of Attunement and the Developing Brain. The Development of Character. The Polyvagal Theory. The Dorsal Vagal Complex. The Ventral Vagal Complex. Conclusion. Chapter 6. Negative Neuroplasticity. Does trauma damage the brain? The History of PTSD in Psychiatry. Brain Plasticity in Trauma. Objective Measurements of Brain Change in Trauma. The Permanence of PTSD. Conclusion. Chapter 7. Somatic Dissociation. Examples of dissociation. Memory and dissociation. Cognitive and emotional features. Dissociative physical symptoms. Conversion hysteria and dissociation. The autonomic nervous system in PTSD. The concept of boundaries. The spectrum of somatic dissociation. The dissociative capsule. Conclusion. Chapter 8. Diseases of Traumatic Stress. The Pathophysiology of Stress. Stress versus trauma, the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. Stress, PTSD, and immune function. The diseases of trauma, chronic pain, somatic dissociation and disease, reflex sympathetic dystrophy, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome, somatization disorders, morbidity and mortality. Conclusion. Trauma reenactment. Introduction. The roots of reenactment, clinical features, gender differences, the anniversary syndrome, reenactment through risk-taking. Conclusion. Chapter 10, Sources of Trauma. Introduction. The definition of traumatic stress, exposure to combat, child abuse, societal trauma, medical trauma, anesthesia, surgery, and critical medical illness, the role of past trauma, awareness during anesthesia, pediatric medical trauma, fetal and neonatal trauma, birth trauma, circumcision, childhood medical trauma. Conclusion. Chapter 11. Chapter 11. Trauma Therapy Essential Ingredients. Cognitive Verbal Therapy. Exposure and desensitization techniques. Somatically based therapies. Eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, EMDR. Somatic experiencing, SE. Energy psychology. Brain spotting, BST. Neurofeedback. The search for the essential ingredient. Pharmacotherapy of PTSD. Conclusion. Chapter 12. Case histories. The somatic spectrum of trauma. A state of vulnerability. Somatic representations of prior trauma. Medical and forensic trauma. Multiple chemical sensitivities. The mysterious piriformis. Disorders of speech and trauma. Spasmodic torticollis. An aberration of the orienting reflex. Dissociation and reflex sympathetic dystrophy. Comments. Epilogue. Let me know which chapter or section you'd like to explore further.
Excuse me. I had to get myself together. Let's fix this.